Hi, so today I wanted to talk about my experience going to Markiplier's You're Welcome tour. I went to the Atlanta show on October 15th of 2017. I'm going to try to keep the amount of spoilers to a minimum. I know a lot of parts of the show are already online on YouTube, and I'll actually be linking a part of the show in the description of this video because I'll be talking about it towards the end. But I know whenever I went to go see the show, I didn't want to look up too much about it because I wanted it to be a surprise. So I figured just for the sake of this video, I'm going to try to keep the details to like a minimum. So yeah, let's just get into it. Like I said before, we went to the October 15th show in Atlanta, Georgia. I took my friend Taylor, and we both had VIP passes, so we got to see the pre-show where Mark came out on stage by himself, did like a really quick Q&A, and just did a few cover songs, and that was really, really cool, especially the secret part that he did at the end, if you know what I mean, for people who went also or heard about it. I'm not going to say it here because it was a surprise for me. But it was really good. I'm glad that we got VIP passes. It was just an extra little something. Whenever we did the VIP part, they had sort of general seating. So basically whoever got through the door first got to pick their seats first. So we were like the fourth row back from the stage, which was really awesome. I got a couple of videos of it, but I don't think I'm going to put it up here just because, like I said, I want to keep spoilers to a minimum. After the VIP show, we just kind of stood out in the lobby and waited for the doors to reopen because they took people out of the theater after the VIP section, and then we had to re-enter with everyone else before the show started. And whenever you first walked into the Performing Arts Center, they had a few boxes throughout the lobby with like little signs that said, write a phrase on a note card and maybe it'll be used during the show because, spoiler alert, I guess, they do Who's Line during the show and they do Change, which are two of my favorite improv bits. And so I told Taylor I was going to write something down, and she was kind of just like, okay, go for it. I don't really have anything good to put. So I wrote down on one of the cards, where the fuck am I? Because I figured that would work okay in an improv scene. I know sometimes whenever they take suggestions from the audience or from the community, they'll get bits that they can work into the scene really well, and then they get bits like, my pockets are full of bananas, that don't always work super smoothly during improv. So I just put where the fuck am I because I figured that would make me work. By the time the doors opened and we were able to sit in our seats, it was still a little while longer before the show started, about 30 minutes. We were orchestra level, row C, so towards the back section of the orchestra level, but we were right in the middle of the row, so we still got like a really, really good view of the whole thing. The show was really, really fun and really funny. Everyone there seemed to have a really good time. And whenever they did Who's Line, I think it was a skit between Wade and Ethan, or maybe it was Wade and Tyler, or Wade and Mark. I can't remember, but I know it was Wade because this is important. And I can't remember the scene because I kind of just blacked out after this happened. But I know Wade was there because they were doing Who's Line and they had stuffed index cards in their pockets to pull out during the scene. And he pulled out my card and he said, where the fuck am I? And I had told Taylor what I wrote on the card before it started because I was excited and I was just like, maybe it'll happen. I don't really know, because I thought they were just going to randomly draw cards out of the box and then make them work for the show. But apparently Amy and Catherine went through all of the entries themselves and like picked the ones that they liked that they thought would work. So Wade pulled where the fuck am I? And I just like curled up in a ball in my chair and Taylor like grabbed my arm. I was just like, oh my god, your card got picked. So unless someone else in that theater wrote where the fuck am I on an index card, then my card got picked. And that was really cool. That was just a really exciting moment for me in the show because, I mean, I wasn't in the show because I didn't get pulled up on stage, but it was still cool that something I wrote down on a card, even though it was really stupid, got used in the show. During the Q&A at the end of the show, someone asked them something along the lines of, do you ever doubt yourself? And of course they all had good answers to that, but the part that stuck out to me the most was Ethan's answer, because he brought up the point that if you work hard at something and you love doing it, then it'll work out in the end. It may take your whole life, but if you quit halfway through, then what could have happened will never happen. And that really just struck a chord with me because I wanted to do YouTube for 2 years and I always just kind of put it off and I was afraid to do it and I didn't really know how I would do it, but here I am. So that was just the big motivation to me, I guess, to finally bite the bullet, I guess, and make my YouTube channel and start making videos. And so far I'm having a pretty good time. But I'll go ahead and I'll link that part of the show only in the description. There is a video of like that exact question on YouTube, and I'm so thankful someone caught it because I didn't take a video throughout the entire show because I was trying so hard to sit there and absorb everything. But if you want to see the motivation moment for me, I'll put it in the description below. But that's really it. After the Q&A, they all left, and me and Taylor left and drove back home and talked about it the whole way and talked about YouTube the whole way back because I told her how, you know, of course, like that was my moment of holy shit, I have to do this. It's time, I have to do this. So that's pretty much it. That's all I really have to say about that. It was a great show. The venue was beautiful. Everyone did a great job. And it was really cool to finally see the people that I've been watching on YouTube for years in person. So that was just a really cool experience for me. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.